The Conservative Party are planning to extend the high-speed rail service HS1 into Hastings. With further funding from Network Rail, these plans are set to improve the stations in the southeast area. The project has been given support from many other groups, including the government and Network Rail. The go-ahead comes as a huge boost to the Conservative election candidate, Amber Rudd, who continued to campaign for a fast train service from Hastings to the heart of London at this recent rail summit. Ryan Daly reports.
Hastings train station is set to be made as a stop on the route of HS1. This will allow commuters from Hastings to cut their current journey time into London by nearly 20 minutes. This comes alongside plans to add more seats to South Eastern trains, as well as make station refurbishments. This could be the boost that Hastings train station is looking for. With a general election just round the corner, the promise of an East Sussex high-speed rail service from the Conservative Party is rolling Hastings forward. The service will allow commuters to travel from Hastings to King's Cross Station in just 68 minutes. Network Rail will be investing £2.3 billion to improve stations in the South East until 2019. It seems South Eastern train services are travelling in the right direction. Ryan Daly, Brighton Broadcaster News.
The search for missing teenager Jade Cooper is finally over as Sussex Police found the missing 16-year-old in Brighton on Monday evening. The teenager left her home on the 7th of April at around 4 p.m. She was temporarily found in Bexhill-on-Sea the following Monday, but disappeared again shortly after. Jade is part of growing concerns for missing teenagers in the Sussex area, as Ryan Daly reports.
Sussex Police have revealed missing teenager Jade Cooper has been found alive and well in Brighton yesterday evening. A growing number of reports about missing children are being placed onto the Sussex Police website, who are needing more help from the public to find these missing teenagers. After all, it can be very easy to lose your child in the crowd. I spoke to ex-child support worker Lorraine Roberts as to why a young person may feel the need to run away from home.
Well, I think in the job I used to do, I think a lot of them are having problems at home and they don't know how to resolve them, or they don't talk to people, and so they just think the easy way out is to run away rather than to talk, and some can't talk to their parent, and maybe there are not enough external agencies to help them. But it is a major reason why they run away, I think.
So as a parent, how can you prepare for something like this happening?
Well, I don't think you ever really can, and I think one of the ideas is that you can't really blame yourself when it does happen. But I think what we need to do as parents is learn to talk to our children and to pick up the signs when they're becoming silent.
The 4-day Gaelic festival, Jack in the Green, kicked off in Hastings on Friday morning with a Beltane dance. Our reporter Helen Westgarth found out more. When you put the once-a-year May Day celebrations and a large amount of people in Hastings, you get everyone drinking in honour of the festivities. Thousands were up from early in the Old Town, drinking as much alcohol as they possibly could to have a very boozy bank holiday. Tiffany Plummer has the news. This year's festivities in Hastings were somewhat marred by the hospitalisation of a young girl. Following drinking an excessive amount of alcohol, paramedics were called to the scene after the girl began to show signs of a seizure. A police officer present at the incident said he was certain that the amount of alcohol the girl ingested had a part to play in her hospitalisation. She was said to be in a stable condition last night.
Our top story this lunch. After the recent death of Jeremy Birch, it seems that the town of Hastings and its local press are pushing to have their peer named after the former Labour member. Following a long and illustrious career, Mr Birch proved himself to not just be part of people's lives. His public service role began in 1995 when he was elected to the County Council, and after 5 years he became Hastings Council leader. Tributes from the town and institutions he was part of have been flooding in. It seems that for many, naming the landmark the Birch Pier may be the way to remember a much-missed local character. Ryan Daly reports.
Jeremy Birch has been there since it all began. Not just for the pier, but for Hastings itself. From the fire to council meetings, he made sure the town ran smoothly, and he was a figurehead for the town and his peers. Now the pier's reconstruction is looking better than ever, and with local press and town members remembering his legacy, hopefully the pier will help us remember his name. With plans for the reopening of the pier to be in 2016 and the unfortunate passing of lead councillor Jeremy Birch, it seems only fitting that the pier could be set to be in honour of the Labour councillor. The pier is still under restoration, with Mr Birch at the helm of the council's efforts to make the project happen. Many are in support of the name Birch Pier, and what better way to remember an iconic man of Hastings than to name the town's iconic landmark after him. Hastings Borough Council appreciate attempts to dedicate the pier to their colleague. Councillor Trevor Webb stated, "It would be a great memorial to a great man and a great friend." Ryan Daly, Brighton Broadcaster News.